talking about the illusions and the stereotyping of traits. I'm looking at extroverts. So, if you've been told you're an extrovert, that's probably indicating that you have extroverted traits. Because you are not an extrovert. You have extroverted traits that indicate patterns of behaviors, characteristics, of how you show up in the world. You very much like the external energies of the world. I'm an extrovert. Barely, but I'm an extrovert. So I know that there is a need there. You know, there is part of that trait that drives you out into the world. It's where you get your energy from. But you are not that trait. See, what we've been manipulated to believe and think about ourselves is that we are an extrovert. You're not an extrovert. You are a divine spark of unity conscious, of Christ conscious, of divine intelligence, of God, Allah, whatever you want to. This is the universe, this is the energy that creates worlds. So how in the hell can you be an extrovert? That's a tiny little speck. You have unlimited potential. And so when you put yourself in the box of an extrovert, you put yourself into all those traits. And if you keep on seeing those traits and believing that that's all that there is, you start sabotaging yourself. You're trying to unlock the door to your life, and you can't, because you're like, no, I can't do that because I'm an extrovert. I believe this about myself. Well, unbelieve it. That's what this week's blog is all about. Hey, my name is Nina Zapala. I talk about spiritual personality typing. But I'm really, really, really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about getting this message out. Because for too many decades, we've been led to believe we're part of this machine. And I got to tell you, extroverts are probably a little bit more prone to these behavioral patterns and these manipulations, these illusions, because we are so susceptible to showing up in the external world and belonging and being a part of. Introverts do the same thing, but in a very different way. They're not as predisposed. They have their own stuff, and I talked about them last week. And I'm going to go way more into this. I got to start doing courses. I got to get myself together. Anyway, but as an extrovert, you know, we are taught certain things. You know, oh, you're an extrovert, you're popular. Okay. I don't know who made this shit up, but that's what they're saying. Or you just like to chit chat. You don't like meaningful conversations. Who says this stuff? Who's telling you this? And please don't believe it. Or you like to be the center of attention. Yes, some of these things are true, but it's not, we cannot stereotype and bias like 49% of the population into believing we're all the same thing, because that's not true. We all have similar indicators and patterns of behaviors. And yes, as an extrovert, we welcome external energy. It feeds us. But we do it in different ways. Some extroverts need that 100%. I'm an extrovert. I don't need it that much. I go out, get my stuff, I come back, I'm good. So I'm more introverted in that behavior. I abhor chit-chat. I'm not a chit-chat girl. A lot of extroverts aren't chit-chatty people. So whoever's saying, oh, like extroverts, like they like to chit-chat, they don't like meaningful conversations, is a big piece of bullshit. That's so wrong on so many levels. And that's not who you are. You know, I'm an extrovert, so I'm popular. Really? So if you're an extrovert and you're this person that always wants attention and you're just in people's face and you become overbearing, do you think you're going to be popular? No, that's not about being an extrovert or an introvert. That's about intention. Like, how do you want to show up in the world? You already have patterns of behaviors that kind of indicate how you're going to do that, but you have to have a spiritual intention of how you're going to show up in the world. It's great to be an extrovert if you want to show up in the world with the attention, like, I know people are kind of down. This is a crazy freaking world we're living in right now. People need some fun and frivolity, and you show up with that intention, right on. Right on. Right on. Do it. Because the world needs you. They need you to, that's a thing that if you can gift that to the world right now, yippee yahoo. That's awesome. But see how there's a different intention behind that? And that's not what we read about when we read about extroverts. We read they're overbearing, they can be loud. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this isn't true to some extent. But if you start getting really intent with your spiritual intentions, with your authentic self, that God-given place where that's who you really are, if you connect into that spark of yourself, you'll never show up like that. You'll never show up to be arrogant or, manipulative and mean and bullying and disparaging or biased to another person. You're not going to show up like that. That's not how we're made. That's what we've been told to believe as an outcome of all this, societal conditioning, that we need to peel away those layers. We need to start questioning everything we know about ourselves. We need to get back to like this pure state, which is, I'm telling you, it's not easy. I'm like a half awoke person. I don't know if I'll ever become a totally awoke person. And when I say awoke, I mean awoken to my spiritual path. I've been on it for a while. And I'd like to think that I've progressed. And I myself am awakening. But I got to tell you, there's always something in the road. But it's good because it's how you evolve. So if you let these blocks of being an extrovert, of some contrived sediment or stereotypical phrasing speak for you, you're gonna have issues. I'm just saying, it's just a fact. You gotta let that stuff go. That's not who you are. It's just not who you are. You have to let that stuff go. Because being an extrovert means that you have extroverted traits that are within your personality type. They could be dominant or secondary. That's what that means. Your personality type is a tool your soul self uses to express itself out in the world. So think about that. So if you have these behaviors that are sabotaging and false beliefs, how can your soul truly and purely express itself out in the world if you're believing one thing and your soul is just like, where did that come from? That's a man-made construct. That's a fear-based construct. And I can't express through a persona that has that belief system because it doesn't resonate with the higher aspects of that person. So there needs to be an examination, an unraveling, a reassigning of beliefs, a recreation of who you are. So this isn't just about saying, oh, I'm an extrovert. Really, are you? How would you think about that? And I've said this on my blogs. I'm not saying anything new. I don't even believe you're your personality. I know. I'm not crazy. but you're not. You have traits within your personality that indicate certain behaviors. And these are the exact behaviors your soul self needs to express itself in the world. Does that make sense? You aren't a personality. I mean, that sounds like something out of a movie, which we're all kind of living in a movie. We all kind of know that. But I'm saying that from a very spiritual perspective. Because again, if we just believe we're just this personality, we fit into those 4x4 disgusting caricatures, memes that are all about personality typing. No, we come from unlimited potential. How do you fit unlimited potential in a box? How do you fit unlimited potential in a personality? You don't. But your personality, if you let it, becomes an extension of your soul self. And the exact indicators, the exact characteristics that you need for you to get on that soul path journey can be found within your personality type. So it helps you zero in. So it's a tool to help you better understand yourself. And then when you start connecting that soul self with the persona, human being, get it? Human, physical, being, beingness. That's when you start firing on all cylinders, right? That's when you show up in the world totally unique. And people are just so attracted to you because you are vibrating at that level of knowingness, of authenticity, of your true self, of your truth. You vibrate at a much higher level. And we're all energy. So if you're thinking you're an extrovert, rethink yourself. You are a person with extroverted traits, which indicate how you show up in the world. Patterns of behavior, certain characteristics. And remember, it's all those things are also filtered through your life experiences. So your childhood, your country culture, your government, even the medical system, everything is filtered because we're all energy, so everything gets filtered. So you want to start filtering everything from your highest self, your authentic self, that divine spark of God within you. Because when you start filtering from that level, it's a way higher level, and you create on a higher level. You don't go into this fear-based density that's very hard for light to penetrate through it. Easy for me to say. Does that make sense? When you're unhealthy and unbalanced from that level of density here on the planet, and it's dense here. It's dense. You can't see the light as well. The light it flickers. It's not this penetrating, beautiful energy that just fills you with love and joy and expectations. And even the stuff that's hard, it's like, okay, here's another little soul evolution. Where do I go with this challenge? Sorry, I'm scratching because I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. So it's all purposeful. Divine intelligence is never random. So everything that's showing up in your life is a gift. But I want you to start seeing that you're not your personality. You are not an extrovert. You are a person that has extroverted traits. These traits are here to help you on your soul's journey. You need those traits for your soul journey in this lifetime. Stuff isn't rocket science. It's a very logical idea. But you got to believe that you have a higher self within you, and that's where all the goodies are. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this short. I'm done. If you want to book a one-on-one session, get on my schedule. I'd love to work with you to look at your personality type and get you on that road for spiritual personality typing. It's beyond the 1940s. That was really conceived right around World War II, the ending of World War II. So I'm coming at it from a totally different energy level. So if you're into that, just get on my schedule. And if you like, please do sign up for Nina's newsletter. I welcome you. And extroverts, go out, Do good things. Send intentions. Do not let the conditioning idea of an extrovert, don't buy into that, okay? Don't buy into that. Buy into yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in the beautiful, wonderful, expansive person you came here to be. Not some little 4x4 square, not some stereotypical bullshit that everyone tells you that's what you are because you're an introvert. So I believe that's a lie. My truth, these are my words. Take what you want, leave the rest. Doesn't resonate? It doesn't resonate. That's cool too. That's what's so good about having all these different personality types. So, all for now, guys. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you next week. Nina Zapala.